As we welcome you into the broadcast, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the Storm, where Summit High School faces a tough test in the Wilsonville Wildcats in their home opener, as Wilsonville is bringing out the kick, and it's a nice return up to about the 33-yard line. I'm Pierce Gordon. With me is Finley Gober.
Good evening, folks. That's right. Football season's back. Hope you're excited for some action tonight. Spent the day talking to a couple of Summit's players, including junior Max Popovich. He told me him and his teammates are excited for the game. They're pumped up to be here at home, playing for all the fans. And after a couple tough games to open the season, Summit's 0-2. But Pierce, tell them a little bit about how you're feeling about the team so far this season.
Summit, a very young team. I mean, they're starting an underclassman at quarterback there, so that's all you need to know about them. Very young team, gets off to some slow starts, and that's really been the detriment to them and why they're 0-2.
Yeah, I think with that, there's definitely going to be some growing pains to start this game and to start the season and for the whole season. But I also think that there's a lot of really exciting players on this team, and I think that this team has the potential to be really good in the 5A conference.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think like Storm head Coach Hyatt has said throughout the start of the season, a lot of interviews, he's mentioned how just they really need a peak at the right time, really need a peak in the playoffs. As Wilsonville starts out with an all right first run, gets 5 yards, and goes to a little screen pass in the corner and is able to pick up the first down, about a few more yards there. As Wilsonville off to a pretty good start, getting the first down on the opening drive.
Yeah, if you're a Wilsonville fan, you gotta like to see this offense rolling. They had a decent game against Nelson last time out. They won 27-26. Coming up here to Central Oregon, hoping to get a win.
Yeah, glad this game is happening. Had a lot of smoke issues in the Central Oregon area recently, and glad to see it all clear up for some nice Friday night lights as Wilsonville will snap it 1st and 10, hands it off, cuts to the left, has some blockers ahead, and gets about 5 yards on that. And
that was a beautiful run. He did a great job following his lead blockers, and Summit's defense, little rusty to start out here, but you got to hand it to Wilsonville's offense because they're playing a very disciplined start so far.
Yeah, Wilsonville hasn't really just pounding the ball so far this game, and it's been working for them. And if you're picking up 5 yards per carry, there's no reason not to keep doing it. As ball gets snapped, and it's a quarterback option, keeps the ball, gets up, makes a cut, and gets 15 on that.
Nice little run there.
Yeah, and great lead block by Wilsonville's running back there, really just filling the hole and creating an opportunity for the quarterback to get through it.
Wilsonville's already all the way up to the Storm 44.
As we have a massive crowd for this, massive student section for this game, as you saw before, and the Storm able to make a nice tackle. Throws that 3D lineman in on there, preventing Wilsonville's running back only getting a yard on that carry there, as that will set up 2nd down.
Yeah, so far I'm liking to see Wilsonville's run offense, but I want to see Carter Christensen, the quarterback for the Wildcats, throw the ball in the air a few times, see what they can do in the air compared to just on the ground. But Summit definitely has some weapons on defense, so I'm sure Wilsonville's happy just getting comfortable, and he's dancing around in the pocket. Has to scramble. He's way back there, and here's the sack. Incomplete pass. And that's a dead ball, but really good play there from Christensen, and also great defense from the Storm, making him uncomfortable in the pocket, making him move around.
Yeah, if we look at this again, really just the Storm providing a lot of defensive pressure, really athletic play by the Wilsonville quarterback to get out of that, and then a dangerous pass here as it's almost intercepted and then almost caught. Really just a random play there, but able to be an incomplete pass. As now it's 3rd and 10. This drive that was looking really good for Wilsonville is stalled out all of a sudden.
Summit defense looking for a big stop here. Here's Christensen. He'll throw the ball. Dropping back, finding pressure. He's still up, and Summit brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a 4th down.
And again, just the Storm getting pressure inside, and Wilsonville's quarterback, a really athletic guy, really can avoid sacks and really comfortable in the pocket. But I mean, if you have no one open downfield, you have no one to throw the ball to. Eventually, that pressure is going to get there, forcing the 4th down. And the Storm, that's really what they needed to get started for this game. They have came out really slow early on in the season, their first 2 games, and I think that's a huge reason why they're 0-2. And getting a stop really early on is really going to benefit them later. As it appears Wilsonville's going for it on 4th and 10.
Very risky play here. I'd imagine they'll go to the pass here, and they do. Trying to find someone. Passes up, and it's incomplete, so that's a turnover on down. Summit will take possession.
And Wilsonville really just putting a lot of trust in their quarterback there. So we take another look at this one. Really, I mean, they're throwing the ball here, so the Storm dropping back, only rushing 4, and throws it and has a guy open, but that would have been a really tough pass for a high school quarterback to make, threading the needle and getting it to float down in between the defenders there.
Yeah, I like the aggressive play calling from Wilsonville, though. Good way to start the game and show Summit that you're not going to back down. As Christensen for the Wildcats yet to complete a pass after that first drive. Wildcats' run game, like we said, looked really great, but I think they need a little more time to establish their pass game as we get a little bit further into this game.
Yeah, the quarterback looked really comfortable in the pocket, but again, just a lot of pressure forcing the sack and then 4th down, which they made the decision to go for it. Didn't get it, as the young Storm team will start as not a great start for them, as they'll get a false start there.
Yeah, unfortunate start, but like we said to open, I mean, that's going to happen with a team this young. There's a lot of talented seniors, a lot of talented juniors. There's a lot of talented underclassmen on this team as well, but they are a young team, and they are going to make some mistakes like that are going to cost them throughout the entire season.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that isn't a drive killer for the Storm, but again, just the tough starts. When you see them get into the flow of it and get into the rhythm, they're a really talented team. So we had Scally there for the screen, takes the deep pass, has him open, and a little overthrown there.
I like the aggressive play calling from Summit, though. Andrew Guthrie, just a sophomore at quarterback, throwing it deep just to start out the game. I'm loving that for the Storm.
Yeah, I agree. He had Kai Scally there in the corner. Decides to go deep. He had him open. I like the aggressive,ness, good eyes, and good awareness to see the receiver downfield and be able to, not make the connection, but get him there. It's a good he's shown a lot of potential. Just needs to get the consistency down. That's what I've seen so far from him. As little motion behind the line of scrimmage there, snap it and hands it off, and he'll get almost back to the original line of scrimmage, not quite, just a gain of 3 there, and it will bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Got to dig deep in the playbook for this one.
Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't mind just seeing Summit run the ball here, see if they can get the first down, but I'd play it safe. You're still in your own territory. It's really early in the game. No reason to risk it, but I mean, Guthrie can definitely chuck the rock, so I wouldn't be upset also if they decide to throw it. But if I'm the Storm, I'd play it safe here. Try and get a first down. Maybe just start to establish that defense, get ready for another good defensive possession.
As they send Volano in motion as he comes back out, snaps the ball. Quick throw, got pressure quick. One-on-one downfield.
It's almost picked off by the Wildcats. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Storm.
Definitely some contact there, but I don't think enough to draw a penalty there. So we'll take another look. Is pressure coming right quickly off that left or right side of the defense, needing to get rid of it quick, and definitely nowhere near enough contact for PI there.
Yeah, unfortunate mishap by the O-line there. Looks like might have been a bit of a miscommunication. Someone might have missed a block. That'll happen though, like we said. Young team, some mistakes are going to happen. Here's the punt for the Storm. And able to get it off after a rough start to the play. It'll go out of bounds, and Wilsonville has the ball just like that.
Yeah, I think Wilsonville really putting trust in their defense there, making with the 4th and almost basically 11 going for it on their own side of the ball, really putting trust in the defense, and it worked out for them. I mean, they got the ball back on their own, basically where they started it. Started with the ball in the opener. But, yeah, so Wilsonville coming out now and see if they can convert on the second time out on offense.
I wonder if Wilsonville is going to chuck the ball again. It looks like they do. It's deep, and it's overthrown again. Another incomplete pass for Christensen. I think that Wilsonville should just start to establish that run game again. It was working really well with them on their first drive. I think that if they keep the ball on the ground for a little bit, try and get a couple yards, get to better field possession, then they can, be a little more aggressive on offense, try and burn someone on a big play like that, get some points on the board to start off this game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I mean, if they were getting 5 yards every play besides one, which they were stopped on, then they immediately went away from it to more of a passing game. There's a miscommunication on the line there. Far wing wide receiver there wasn't on the line of scrimmage they correct it, and it's just a quarterback handoff to the left side because blocker's ahead and does a good job following them out and able to ride the sideline for a massive gain there as the officials will talk something over. I
think they're just looking for a spot. He might have stepped out of bounds there, but I think either way he's looking for either a first down or maybe a 3rd and short there. And, yeah, like we said, Wilsonville just keep the ball on the ground. Good things will happen so far. Continue to push the ball on the ground and maybe open some stuff up later through the air.
Didn't see any laundry on the field there, but there was a holding call there, and that will back up Wilsonville and make it a 2nd and 11, so not really or 2nd and 10, not really too much of a penalty there, but it really does negate the big play. And Wilsonville's quarterback doing a great job tiptoeing along the sideline and picking up those extra yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to tell from home, but, I mean, that is a really tough play. That takes a lot of body control to be able to do that. Super athletic play from Christensen. Here's the 2nd and 11 for Wilsonville. Looks like...
And another false start there. Some sloppy football to start out Friday Night Lights in Bend, Oregon at Summit, but and the crowd letting them know.
Still 2nd down. Wilsonville is going to set back up on offense. And those penalties, a bit of a momentum kill. See if they can get this drive up and going again.
Yeah, all the way back to the 17 as they fake the handoff and go out wide. Looks to be an option run or pass where the quarterback completes it and breaking.
He's in the open field. He's still going. And he's finally caught by a Storm defender. Cutler Hoban gets him in the backfield. Huge play for Wilsonville to revive that drive after a couple of sloppy mistakes.
Yeah, they run the quick play here, or the option quarterback out to the side, and then the receiver just able to break 2 tackles and needing Hoban to tackle him there. That was a last resort tackle there. If he breaks Hoban's tackle, he is off to the races and almost gone, but some great athleticism shown there.
I think defensively, I want to see the Storm just start to, let the pass game go a little bit and focus on that run game, because Wilsonville's been burning them on the ground. They've been doing a great job defending the pass, but right now it doesn't matter because Wilsonville's getting a ton of yards. And I mean, even that play beforehand, yes, it was a pass, but it was really the yards after the catch that counted. And I think Summit is so spread out trying to defend this deep game that they're not focusing on what really matters right now, which seems to be the run game.
As Marco Larson in for the tackle there, as it will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Storm. Really, Wilsonville going back to the run game, able to pick up 3 yards. I feel like that's good for both sides there as they go for the little pitch inside and run to the outside there and sliding down a little awkwardly. Looks to be okay, but a little awkward slide there. This will take... Yeah, just really interesting slide there. But Cutler Hoban with another tackle.
Great on defense so far. And I think overall the Storm defense has been really good. I like to see them tackling with as much integrity as they have been with. There's been good fundamental defense. I just think strategically they might need to go a little more in depth, next time in the huddle or for the rest of this drive.
Yeah, they really just need to tighten up the tackling. They're getting pressure on the runners pretty early on, just like they're able to get pressure. And then finally a nice tackle by Neveroff. And did that ball come out? Officials saying it's down. Storm arguing otherwise. Storm's coach pretty adamant is now the officials were convened in the center of the field.
I think Summit has the football. I think Summit got the football there.
Yeah, we'll take another look at this. Slow it down for you here. Is they're going to give the ball to Wilsonville. As it looks, Neveroff makes the tackle. That, I can't tell there.
It's too close there. Obviously, the ref needs a lot of evidence in order to make a big call like that. But either way, fantastic play by the Storm defense. Brings up a big 4th down for Wilsonville. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, going for it again on 4th down. Little trickery there behind the line, and he barely got the first down there. There's a little trickery there on 4th down. Gets the first down for Wilsonville. And Wilsonville going for it a lot on 4th down so far. Really putting a lot of trust in that defense and also a lot of trust in that offense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. In this situation, you could kick a field goal, but that's a bit of a momentum killer for them. I like going for the 4th down. Again, showing Summit that you're not afraid to be aggressive. You're going to go at them. And the run game has been so effective for them. Here's the screen, and the defense is there. He shakes and bakes in the backfield a little bit, gets a couple of yards, but as I was saying, Wilsonville just showing Storm that they're not afraid, and that run game has been so effective for them that I don't blame them for just going for it on such a short gain.
Yeah, it's Wilsonville's 2nd or 3rd little just screen pass out to the wide receiver there. Both teams really liking that play call. And yeah, I agree with I disagree with the 4th and 10 that they went for earlier, but really agree with the play call there to go for it on 4th and 2 in their own territory. Is that I think is going to be a false start? Yes, it will be. Again, just the lineman getting a little antsy there, a little excited for the play.
Hey, can't blame them. They're doing a great job so far. They've been really containing a really talented Storm D line.
Now it'll back Wilsonville up, and the penalties really killing Wilsonville so far, and also the Storm. That first Storm drive really killed by the false start on 1st down.
I think overall, though, you really can't get mad at this Wildcat offense right now. They're doing an incredible job moving the ball. They've been running it super well. I'd like to see them get the pass game going a little bit, and here it is in the air. Another short pass, but it's going to be a 1st down and then some. He's heading for the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Wildcats.
Storm there again, just not able to get to the guy and really take him down. We'll take another look at this one, but really, quarterback goes to the check down option here, and he's just able to kind of find his blockers and able to go all the way.
Just look at how much space there is between the secondary and the D-line. The Storm have been giving an incredible amount of opportunity for this Wildcats offense just on the underneath. There's been so many check down passes. Christensen has been doing a great job getting the ball to his guys on the underneath, and it's paying off for him. They got 6 points on the board. There's a flag on the play. Bit of confusion on the field. And it looks like it's on the Storm. And I think that penalty was declined, so I think that they will just go right ahead and kick the extra point. It's good. So there's 8 points for the Wilsonville offense.
As we'll be back with the kickoff. As Wilsonville to kick it off, and a short squib kick there, as that will find its way to the end zone there.
Yeah, how about it? That was like inches from going out of bounds, but looks like a touchback, so that'll put the Summit offense on the 25 to start off. After a pretty short drive, their first time out on offense, but I'd like to see them establish that run game a bit before they start throwing the ball.
Yeah, I agree. Build some confidence in the young quarterback, get him going, and I mean, to your point there, like I said, like we've mentioned before, really the Storm getting off to a lot of slow starts recently, and if you're able to establish that run game early, that really sets the tone, makes the quarterback feel a lot more confident, makes everyone feel a lot more confident when you know you can hand the ball off and get 5 yards. There's a Storm offense coming back out now for the second time.
Got 3 in shotgun formation. And they call the play dead. Bit of confusion on the field.
As the Storm will get called for a delay of game there, which is a really tough call considering no high school stadiums in Oregon have play clocks. So
yeah, I mean that's unfortunate for the Storm. That is tough, obviously, because they don't have play clocks. But I mean that is really unfortunate to start off the drive. Again, I mean these penalties kind of killed them last time. Don't want it to kill them again. And Guthrie will keep the ball there for a gain of 2. And here we go again. Summit kicks off, second down, looking to throw. Guthrie doesn't see anything, tries to go upfield. Looks like a gain of just about 1 or 2 yards there yet again. Like I said, I really want the Storm to just kind of run the ball here. They're deep in their own territory, and the pass game is not working out so far. I mean, these slow starts have been killing them, and it'll kill you again here, especially against a really talented Wildcats team who looks pretty comfortable on offense. I think you really got to get a bit of momentum here, maybe get some points on the board to keep yourself in this game here early.
Yeah, I agree. A really important drive for the Storm here. Guthrie will look to throw, has that Villano outside and able to get back just ahead of the original line of scrimmage. Again, the penalties on first down really killing the Storm, as now it will be 4th and 9 in a pretty obvious punt situation here.
Yeah, I do like just getting a quick, easy pass in there, get quarterback Andrew Guthrie some confidence here early in the game. But, yeah, I mean, they really need to get something going here on offense because it's definitely also a big momentum gainer for the Wildcats offense when they know that they don't really need to worry about the Storm so far on offense. They could have a bad drive, they could fumble, they could have a turnover. And here's the punt return. He has some space, and he's turning upfield. And it looks like he may have stepped out of bounds near the 35, but that's a good punt return. And, yeah, I mean, like we were just saying, the Wildcats are getting a ton of momentum here to start, which definitely is not a good look for the Storm. They have had some really good stuff going on defense. Like we said, need to get the offense rolling a bit, but you really don't want to see the Wildcats starting to get a lot of momentum here, moving the ball really easily so far. Just after that first drive, it's been a cakewalk for them.
Yeah, and 26 seconds left in the first quarter here, as Wilsonville will line up on their own 40-yard line, snapping the ball, fakes the pass, goes inside right up the middle, and that's going to be a 13 yards for the quarterback on the keep.
I mean, yeah, it's just been really huge for the Wildcats. Like, Christensen has been getting so many yards just on the run. I mean, they could put him in at running back, honestly. He's a big quarterback, and he's a fast quarterback, and those two things combined, it means bad for the Storm defense because that QB draw, those quarterback options, even those scrambles on those deep passes. I mean, the Wildcats have picked up so many yards just off Christensen on the run.
That will end the first quarter. Storm down 7-0 to the Wildcats as the Wildcats are on a what looks to be promising start to a drive. We'll catch you on the other end of the quarter. As Wilsonville's continuing a promising drive here, will be 1st and 10. A little pass outside with 2 blockers ahead and able to pick up, goes out of bounds and picks up about 5, maybe 4. And again, Wilsonville with the first down pickups, able to really get positive yards, which is the opposite of what the Storm have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, the Storm, though, on defense have made a bit of an adjustment. It looks like they're a little more active on that in-between where Wilsonville was just burning them so much on that last drive. But still, Wilsonville is a really athletic team, and they're going to get you a few times. And what I'm really worried about is if the Storm come in too much, then that's when Wilsonville will really bite you with a deep play. And there's the pass, and he's heading towards the end zone, but he's down on, it looks like, the 1-yard line.
Again, this Wilsonville team really just carving up the Storm defense. Run up the middle from the very athletic quarterback, quick pass, screen pass, wide receiver screen pass outside, and then pass over the top. Wilsonville really just showing the whole offensive playbook, able to do it all as they're inside the 10-yard line, snap it off, and pretty clear from the formation what that was going to be, and just a question of whether he got in or not. And they say he got in, so I'll put Wilsonville up on the Storm 13-0 to start the second quarter.
Yeah, super huge play for the Wildcats. Their team is starting to get excited out there, but, I mean, they're a really disciplined squad. I mean, they came into a hostile environment. They are up 14-0. The defense is playing great. This is a really impressive start for Wilsonville, and I just hope to see the Storm come up with something in return. And here's the extra point kick for the Wildcats. And it's good. So that's 14-0. Wildcats lead the Storm at the start of the second quarter. And here's Wilsonville on the kickoff. See if the Storm can get a couple of yards here. Kick off this really important offensive drive. I mean, we said the last drive was important. This is super important. You're down 2 scores. You need to keep yourself in the game here early. And he gets some space. and he's tackled just before the 40-yard line, but that's a really big play for the Storm to start to get a little bit of energy for this offense.
Yeah, Villano's been doing that all year for the Storm, really just on kick returns, on punt returns, really just getting the Storm some good field position, and able to do it again there, and puts the Storm right just behind their own 40 for first and 10. The offense's third time out there. Really just need to be disciplined, no first down penalties, and I think personally just quick little HB toss or just something inside to the running back, something easy, just maybe get some positive yards on the first down.
And someone catches Wilsonville's defense a little bit out of position, but they run it up the middle, and Wilsonville's quick to the stop. Looks like a loss of about 1. That brings up 2nd and 11 for the Storm.
Yeah, and I mean, exactly the play call that I would have called there, and I think that didn't end up working out, but I
appreciate them keeping on the ground, trying to establish this drive a little bit more. Slow it down a bit before you get Guthrie throwing some bombs here for the Storm later in the game. And there's a flag on the play. And looks like another false start. So that's, I think, 3 drives in a row now with a false start on the first sequence that pushes the Storm back quite a ways, and they just haven't been able to recover from those. I mean, you've seen before they've been getting a couple of yards on some of these plays, but it doesn't matter when they're, 2nd and 14, 2nd and 16, whatever it may be. Guthrie in shotgun, pitches it, and Storm picking up some yards on the run there. Sawyer Crocker picks up a few for the Storm, brings up another 3rd down for Summit. See if they can finally get that first down. I mean, they haven't converted they haven't gotten a first down so far in this game, and it's showing on the scoreboard, and it's showing with the way their offense is playing. They seem a little bit low energy. They seem just like they're not super confident out there, and they're going to throw deep. It's a good pass, and it's deflected and intercepted by the Wildcats, and he has space. And Summit offense closing in on him, and he's tackled just before their own 40-yard line. There's a turnover for the Storm, and that is not the big drive they needed to keep themselves in this game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't think that interception was necessarily Guthrie's fault. Was his receiver open? Not necessarily, but that's an unfortunate situation for the Storm. Definitely could have gone worse if he was able to break open a little bit sooner and get a bit more space. As you see there on the replay, yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time, and really disciplined and athletic play there from the defender to get the ball. And here's the Wildcats offense. Motion in the backfield. And he drops back to pass. And what a catch there for the first down and then some. And how about it? That's a touchdown for the Wildcats yet again. And, I mean, this has just turned into a bloodbath. The Wildcats are walking all over the Storm. That's a touchdown on the first play of the drive right after the interception. I mean, that's a huge vibe killer for the Storm. This is a really rough start, not what they were looking for in the home opener.
And again, just a really impressive catch here. So Wilsonville snapping the ball, has them open over the middle, little bit behind, just very acrobatic play, breaking tackles, and then just able to run into the end zone very easily.
5 tackles. That was an incredible play. And, I mean, somebody opened the game, really disciplined with their tackling, but they're starting to get tired. They're starting to get discouraged. You can see those defenders were just kind of standing up straight, and obviously that's not necessarily fundamental tackling for them. Extra point is good, so that's 21-zip with the Wildcats leading here in Bend.
Extra point is good.
And this feels familiar. Wildcats on the kickoff after a really explosive touchdown. Summit, I mean, we said it last possession. We said it the possession before that. This is a really, really important possession for Summit. I mean, I think if they don't score here, you can almost count them out of this game even this early. I mean, this is a really tough start for them. And catches it just in front of the end zone. He's going to bring it up. He has a bit of space, but it looks like he'll be brought down at about the 22. So that's where the ball will be placed for the Summit offense. And I know we've been just repeating over and over, establish the run game, but I think it might be time to go to the air, try and get an explosive play. I mean, obviously last time that didn't end up going super well, but I think if I'm the Storm here, I'm trying to get a really big play, get the crowd involved, and just get some momentum going here again on offense. They need a first down. They haven't got one yet today. They're on their 4th offensive possession. And here's the run. Finds some space, and he's moving. Just brought down just before the first down marker.
We'll see if they'll give that to him. And I really agree with the play call there, as they do or don't give him the first down. They give him the first down there for Villano. And really, Villano's been the shining light on the Storm so far. Really good kick return, and able there to bail the Storm out and pick up a very, very important first down as the Storm down 21-0 at home.
And they'll run it up the middle again, and he has some space. He's getting open. Can't quite beat that last defender, but a huge play for the Storm. This is exactly what we want to see. Some explosive plays for the Storm. Get them back into this game. That's 2 first downs in a row, both on the ground. Sawyer Crocker with the big pickup.
And a great play from the Storm there, but I think the main difference between that and as they'll get another quick pitch out, and he gets drilled in the backfield. Wow, what a tackle there.
And that looks like a loss of 5, maybe 6 on the pitch to Talon Kinsella. And yeah, I mean, he just got drilled. The defensive line was really quick. That play just really blew up for the Storm, but never fear, it's a second down. They're at midfield. They got some space. See what they can do with the ball here. Drops back, and there's a screen pass. He's got a bit of space. A couple defenders there to stop him, though. And Villano can't quite get the space. But, again, I'm liking the play calls here. I think third down here. I think you chuck the ball down the field. Just see what you can do. They had a great start to the drive. They just need to keep it going, keep the drive alive, and that's what really good teams do, is when they get into these situations, they figure out a way to win the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Finn, there. I think that the Storm have been able to get wide receivers open downfield. I mean, that we saw 1, 2 of them, and as Guthrie dropped back, bringing the blitz, gets it downfield.
It's intercepted again. And it looked like he just kind of got desperate there and just threw the ball into traffic. That was not the best pass. Another really athletic play for Wilsonville. And, I mean, obviously, that ends the drive for the Storm offense. But in the grander scheme of things, I mean, that was a really, really heartbreaking play for the Storm. They finally had something going on offense. And just like that, it's gone. Wildcats lining up here again on offense. Summit yet to put points on the board, and the Wildcats have all of the comfortability in the world, all of the room to do whatever they need, whatever they want. Keep throwing the ball, keep it on the ground, whatever they want to do. The Wildcats have the room for it, and they've been dominant in this game. They've earned that comfort. And there's a screenplay. Bobbles the ball again a little bit, but he keeps it, and he's down with a gain of about 4 there.
Yeah, Storm doing a really good job there, group tackling, and able to get him down there, and really bobbled the ball there, so wasn't able to turn as quickly. But going back to that interception, man, really just a young quarterback trying to force something, make a play. I can't fault him for it, especially down 21-0, but just. That will come with time. That will come with experience. He's got a lot more time, a lot more snaps to be played, and don't want to say it's a rebuilding year, but it's definitely as the quarterback has trouble with the snap there, and Wilsonville's running back looked to fall on that. Really interesting play there, as the quarterback really just had trouble with the snap, and snap, yeah, right to his chest, just thinking about handing it off, right? Thinking about handing it off before he caught the ball. As that will.
I think Storm, little unfortunate there. I think they really need to capitalize on mistakes like that in order to get back into this game. But Wilsonville again, just in the right place at the right time, just like that interception, the one earlier with that deflection, and Christensen will drop back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Screen will get about 6 yards there on the third down for Wilsonville. So that will bring up fourth down depending on the flag. We'll see what the referees have to say.
It is a holding. See if the Storm accept that. And it looks like they will accept it. So it'll still be third down, but now a long 3rd and 20 is now Storm will drop way off the receivers. And
yeah, I like that aggressive call there from the coach to accept the penalty. I mean, obviously, decline that brings up fourth down, but Wilsonville has been going for it on fourth down whenever that time has come, and they have been they're 1 for 2 on that fourth down conversion, but at this point in the game, I think that they would probably feel pretty confident on that fourth down. Here brings 3rd and long. Wilsonville drops back to pass. He's got all the time. And it's caught, but he's short of the first down marker. If I'm Wilsonville, do I go for the fourth down? What do you think, Pierce?
Yeah, that was a great play call there to get within 4th and 3, and that's kind of what the Storm were trying to prevent happening. I mean, that's exactly the same play that would have, or exactly the same field position that would have happened if the Storm just declined the penalty. So yeah, they're going to go for it on 4th and 2 here. Big play.
I mean, yeah, the tough thing about this for the Storm is this is a really high pressure play for them and a really low pressure play for Wilsonville.
Wilsonville taking their time back there. Running back motions up left or right of the quarterback. His little option play. Quarterback has blockers in front and falls forward for that first down.
Powers through that defense. It looked like they had it stopped, but I mean, they're just playing a little slow out there. I don't blame them. This is a tough situation for them. They spent a lot of time on the field aside from that one quick touchdown from Wilsonville, but they've been on the field a lot. They're starting to get tired, and they're starting to get discouraged. And there's a first down to rub it in a little bit from Wilsonville. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Wildcats offense. And I don't know about you, Pierce, but I smell another touchdown coming for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we're approaching 4 minutes in the half here, and Wilsonville got all the time they need, got all 3 timeouts, is stepping back. Neveroff on the blitz. Quarterback doesn't see him. Neveroff able to bring him down the second time.
Huge sack for Neveroff, and I mean, he is just a beast. He's super strong, he's tall, he's quick, and he makes plays like that. Somebody really needed that on defense after that tough 4th down conversion from the Wildcats, and that's going to bring up 2nd and long for Wilsonville's offense. Huge play from Neveroff.
Really good job just sticking with the play. Saw him there fall. They're not able to sack quarterback on the first time, which can't blame him. This guy is a tough guy to bring down.
I mean, yeah, this is a really strong, really big quarterback for Wilsonville, and he's been making plays out there. He's been doing a really good job. He's been throwing the ball well after a rough first drive throwing the ball. But he's also just been moving so well on his feet, and he's been so tough to bring down when the time comes for this Summit defense.
Wilsonville eliminates the penalty yards, or the sack yards, very quickly there, as this will be a 3rd and 9.5 to call it 10. And Wilsonville just has really showed no problem moving the ball. The only thing that's been able to stop them is penalties and Alex Neveroff and Marco Larson getting inside and creating a sack or stopping a run. As Wilsonville snapping the ball, stepping back, as Neveroff gets a hit in, but a great catch downfield, and that will move the chains.
Yeah, just another really explosive offensive play from Wilsonville, and they're in complete control of this game because of plays like that. They established the run game early. They opened up the playbook for their quarterback, and he is making plays. He is throwing the ball with a lot of just really impressive decision-making. He's throwing it with a lot of power, and he's just controlling this offense in a way that Summit just hasn't been able to do at any position, but especially quarterback Guthrie, obviously a little bit younger, but he's been struggling a bit so far in this game, still finding his footing. He's been doing a good job still kind of leading this team through a tough start. He's been keeping the Summit offense in the game in terms of just mentally, but I think really offensively Summit has been struggling, and they really need to get something going. Because so far it's been a blank sheet.
Yeah, the infraction will back Wilsonville up 5 yards. I think the most impressive part about the last play, Wilsonville's quarterback just standing in the pocket with Neveroff barreling down on him, just able to withstand the pressure, stay in the pocket, and deliver that throw, or deliver that dot of a pass. As Wilsonville will call their first timeout with 1:29 left in the half. Wilsonville up 21-0 over the Storm, as we'll be back after the timeout.
There's a fumble. It's in the backfield. Wilsonville hops on it, though. That could have been a really big opportunity for Summit. And is that like the second or third time Wilsonville has fumbled and just been really lucky to recover it themselves?
Yeah, really interesting play here. Snap comes back. I think same thing as before. Line gets set up, snap comes back, and just a miscommunication, the handoff, and all that. Just a game of inches, game of luck there, if you want to call it that. But
yeah, and here's Wilsonville dropping back again. Summit in the backfield. Wilsonville having to scramble, and he picks up a couple of positive yards there.
As Wilsonville will call a timeout with 45 left in the half. So that will be, timeout Wilsonville. But again, Alex Neveroff getting in the backfield, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. And if the Storm want any chance to come back, that's what's going to need to continue to happen, is Neveroff getting in the backfield and able to put pressure on the quarterback, force him out, make him uncomfortable. As we'll catch you on the other end of the timeout with 45 left in the half.
And we're back. Here's Wilsonville on third down. Weepert in shotgun formation for the Wildcats. See if they can convert yet another third down. And he's looking deep. And it's caught and incomplete after a drop pass from Wilsonville. That's going to bring up a really long fourth down for the Wildcat offense. I mean, if I'm them, what do you punt it? I mean, this is kind of that awkward territory where you can't really punt, but it's too far for a field goal. But they've got a really long way to go if they want to try and convert for a first down here.
Yeah, as we take another look at this, again, Summit, Neveroff getting pressure on the outside and really just able to get cornerback there, able to get his hand to interfere with the pass. as Wilsonville now will punt the ball to Villano, who will let it fall, and a great punt there down to inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, really great job by the Wilsonville punt team there, just letting the ball go, but doing a good job reading it, make sure you get it as far as it can be. And where'd you say they were? The 8-yard line there? I mean, that is really tough down in distance. Or sorry, that's a really tough field position for this Summit offense, who's already been struggling thus far.
We'll see what the Storm will do here, whether take a knee or not. There's about 29 seconds left in the half here, as Wilsonville is up 21-0. But Storm really see if they take a knee to go into half and just regroup, or which it looks like they will just take a knee. Wilsonville only with 1 timeout, as they appear to not call it, and that will be the half. Wilsonville up 21 to Summit. Really shocking the Storm on their home opener. Storm definitely a young team, but 21-0 is not what anyone thought would happen in the first half.
Yeah, and I think the story so far is just Wilsonville's really efficient and effective offense. They've been doing a really incredible job. And, I mean, the Summit defense has been pretty solid. They've been getting in the backfield. They've been disrupting plays, but it just hasn't mattered. The Wildcats have been going at them on offense. And when the Storm have the ball, I mean, Andrew Guthrie is a really talented quarterback. We saw him warming up. He can really throw the ball, but he's struggling thus far. And the really damp vibe for the Summit offense so far is not helping. They've barely been able to move the ball at all. The first downs have been scarce. The yards in general have been scarce, and I think they need to make some really major changes going into second half.
Take a look at kind of first half recap. Storm student section really showing out for this game, and really Storm coming out with a lot of energy out of the tunnel, but that didn't translate to the game too well, as Wilsonville driving down was their second drive, really finding the check down. He's able to weave his way through defenders and able to pick up the touchdown. And then another one going deep, doesn't got it, weird bounce, picked off. And then right after that, or not right after that, but really that turnover drive, Wilsonville, quarterback standing in the pocket, delivering a dart down the field, breaking tackles, and then able to just take it to the house. Wilsonville really just dominating the Storm so far in this game, as we'll catch you on the other end of the half. And welcome back to the second half of football action. The Storm's first opener not looking too good for them, down 21-0, but they do get the ball to start the half, and a touchdown here or any sort of momentum would really change the outlook of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they absolutely need to get something going here, you know, and here they are taking it to the house.
It's Villano all the way,
and there's the momentum they were looking for. Check the forecast. It's looking like Storms with a 100% chance of a touchdown.
Villano taking it in for 6 all the way. Oh, my.
That is exactly what the Storm needed to start this half, and that's absolutely detrimental to the Wildcats. They're still up 2 scores, but that's a really big hit to start the half, and if you're the Storm, you got to be really happy with that start. I mean, how about it?
Yeah, I was saying a touchdown would really set things up really well at 6 points off the bat, and I was too in awe of that I forgot to clip a replay of it.
I mean, that was so incredible and just an amazing way to start the game, and Ari Villano's been doing that all game for the Storm. He's been keeping them in this game. He's been giving them so much momentum, and it looks like they set up to go for 2, and then they bring it back in.
They a lot of you see a lot of colleges, a lot of high schools doing that now, setting just kind of messing things up with the special teams formation, but able to knock it through for an extra point, and that Storm puts them right back in this if they can convert on defense here. And apologies for the clock. We've been having some issues with it, but everything else on the scoreboard should be correct.
The The Wildcats will come back out on offense after the kickoff, and I mean, you know, they've been in control the whole game. They've been doing great on offense, but in my opinion, even though you're up 2 scores, you really got to come back with a punch after that. I mean, that's a really tough way to start the half for the Wildcats. There's 2 sides to every story. That was glorious for the Storm, but the Wildcats, after such a great and disciplined start to the game, they really got to just come out, shake that off, keep putting points on the board, because that 3-score lead turned into 2, and 2 is still a comfortable lead, but 2 can turn into 1, especially if you're not continuously converting on offense. So after the kickoff here, we'll see what the Wildcats can do. Maybe they'll bring one home for the touchdown as well, but probably not. That's a pretty once in a lifetime. And I mean, what a moment for Villano. Such an incredible play. And like I said, he's been doing it all night.
First home game senior year. One of the very few seniors in this young team able to really make. I said earlier he was the bright spot of this team, and really showing it there is wow. That was a exciting play to start the half, and is really reinvigorated this crowd, reinvigorated the sidelines. I mean, you see the energy is just completely back up, and it hopefully can turn it around in the second half here, as the Storm will kick it away to start the half.
I mean, yeah, and you were talking about the energy in the crowd. I think that's really important, especially in high school. I mean, just culturally, the student section is such an important thing, not only for the fans but for the team. They need to feed off that energy, and I mean, I think after a play like that, this student section is definitely going to start to get a little bit louder than maybe they were when we were down 3 scores to start off the half.
I mean, they played very little of a factor, and can't blame them. If I'm in there and you're down 21, it's pretty hard to get loud. But it's Wilsonville now coming out to start the half. In a 5 wide formation is Neveroff trying to get pressure, chucking it deep, has him open, and just overthrew him there. Wilsonville going for a home run play of their own. Quarterback showing off the arm strength. Wow, that was 50 yards downfield, and he I mean, that's one of the very few times I'll say it was an impressive overthrow.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really powerful throw, and kind of like a check game for the Storm, like, hey, I can do this, you got to respect me. But he's been proving it all game. I mean, Wilsonville's been throwing the ball really effectively, and they've been getting a couple of those deep balls like that. So I'd say, if I'm the Storm, I'd focus maybe a little more on the run game, but, he just showed them. You got to respect that deep game for this Wildcats offense.
As now they'll go to the short game with a little keeper spin move just short of the first down, as that will bring up 3rd and what is that, about 3, 4. Oh, yeah, thought they gave him a bad spot there. About 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2, sorry.
3rd down.
And I mean, all game, Whippert's been really effective at quarterback for the Wildcats, and he's been converting these 3rd downs. We'll see what their offense can do here. I'd assume they'll go to the pass. It's been working for them. But they're going to hand it off, and he stopped, I think, just short of the pylon, so I think that's going to bring up 4th down. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they might have given him the spot there, as we'll take.
Yep, it looks like the offense is staying out there for the Wildcats.
We'll take another look at this. Wildcats, just what they've been going to all night with the powerful run and a good tackle, but still able to pick up the 1st down.
So fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. Still in their own territory, but they're moving the ball pretty well. And I mean, those 3rd down conversions have been killing this Storm defense. They've gotten them on 3rd and long a couple of times, probably 4 or 5 times so far. I haven't been counting, but they've gotten them on 3rd and long. They've gotten them on 3rd and short. They've gotten them on 4th and long, 4th and short. And Wildcats are playing aggressive, and they're playing really well on the offense.
As get another infraction penalty there on the Wildcats, which kind of doing what the Storm did in the first half, with really going for the deep shot, overthrew him. Good, you thought that was a good look, but then now kind of that penalty on 1st down comes 1st and 15. is rolling out of the pocket as defenders all over him, able to turn the corner, not to only pick up a few yards. And I mean, you hear the crowd out here. That energy has been reinvigorated, and this crowd is back into it.
Yeah,
Sawyer Crocker with his hands all over the Storm defense, really just playing all over the field along with Neveroff. As that will set up 2nd and 12. And if the Storm can stop them here, I mean, this is 2, maybe 3 big plays they need to make. That really changes the game as you hear this crowd getting back into it. Fake pass or fake run, pass, and he just drops it, hit the receiver in the hands.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for Whippert at quarterback. That was a perfectly delivered pass, and unfortunately just can't corral it for the completion. But either way, good look offensively, and Wilsonville's going to be, not happy with that, but happy with that look, throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully for the Storm's sake, that's a sign of things to come, because could use a lot more of that as it comes 3rd and 12, and if the Storm can prevent Wilsonville from getting in like 4th and 2, 4th and 3 range, it's going to be a pretty automatic punt. As Neveroff getting pressure, there's going to be a holding call back there, it looks like, as the quarterback dancing all around, has some blockers ahead, and will pick up the first down, but we'll see what the flag is back.
Whippert's been doing an incredible job extending the play in the backfield. Storm defense has been getting a lot of pressure on him, but he's only taken, I think, 1 or 2 sacks, which is really impressive for the situations that he's been in. He's had a decent amount of time to chuck the ball, but sometimes, he just gets stuck back there. But he's been doing a good job dancing around, finding space, getting open, and getting a lot of yards on that run game.
Yeah, as the ref, you see 2 pretty obvious holding calls here. Ref already with his flag out of the pocket, throwing it there, and still a very athletic play by the quarterback, able to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a lot of yards there. Wilsonville's quarterback has been very impressive throughout this game.
So here's Wilsonville lining up in shotgun formation, 3rd and long. Play action, he drops back to pass. Whippert, what do you got? Chucks the ball, and it's incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th and long. I think this is a pretty obvious punt situation.
But there is a flag, very obvious PI here. So we'll take another look at that. You can't tackle the receiver. Whippert, just scrambling for his life back there, chucks up a ball, and unfortunate there for the Storm, as that will advance the Wildcats.
That's a really unfortunate break for the Storm. Unnecessary PI. That ball was probably a little too low to be caught there, but Wildcats just yet again finding just whatever minuscule little bit of space they can find, whatever they need to do on offense, they're getting it done, because that's probably maybe their 6th or 7th 3rd down conversions so far this game. They've been so incredible on the 3rd downs.
As it is still 3rd down, but a lot easier 3rd down at 3rd and 8. So Storm still with a chance to capitalize off it, see if they can get that pressure in the backfield. As again with the play action, quarterback rolling, designed run, gets the edge and will pick up the first down before going out of bounds. The speed of him is just to get to the edge there. As we'll take another look at this. Storm getting good pressure off that right side, but just not able to catch up to him as he sheds a tackle and is able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, such an athletic play from Whippert. He's been doing that all night. He's so effective on his feet, and it's really kept this Summit defense guessing. They can't really strategize when, you got a quarterback that can throw it deep, as he showed us before. He can run real fast. He can take a hit. He's been really just the MVP so far for the Wildcats.
Yeah, by far. As they'll hand it off again. There is a flag on the play. Another holding one. Refs must have saw something at halftime or something where they're getting a lot more holding calls now. As we'll take another look at the pitch here. Wilsonville just pitching it out to the outside. And, yeah, you could have called down 2 people, it looks like, there.
Looks like another holding on Wilsonville.
And again, Wilsonville been able to overcome the penalties, which is something the Storm have not been able to do, which has been unfortunate for them. As now it will be 1st and 20 for the Wildcats with 8:20 left in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff again. Neveroff trying to get pressure, chucks it downfield, and that is incomplete. Good defense there from the Storm, able to break that pass up, as that will bring up 2nd and 20. And again, Storm in a position where they can do something. They can stop them, get the ball back, and maybe put the game in a one-score game or something like that. Obviously, talking very far ahead of myself, but I mean that's kind of what you need to do.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I mean, the Storm just suddenly, with so much more energy, they've made this game a lot more exciting. You know, I think that if they can get a stop here, they can stop them. You know, no flags, no penalties. If they can get a stop here as Whipper drops back to pass, he's dancing yet again, and he's sacked in the backfield. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And that will be another, so that'll bring up more than 3rd and 20. And again, Neveroff really impacting the play here. I think Neveroff does an amazing job, but Whippert, Wilsonville's quarterback, I mean, just an incredible play. Neveroff tried to hold the edge and I think had great positioning there and just wasn't able to. And that's more of a testament to the quarterback play of Wilsonville than it is the failure on Neveroff's end. But again, nevertheless, brings up a 3rd and longer than 20.
And it's QB draw, but he has some space. Summit gets a stop, and that's going to bring up 4th down for Wilsonville. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, that looked like he might have broken away for a 1st down somehow, some way. He's been really incredible, like we said before.
As it looks like Wilsonville will bring on the punt unit. So I think that calls just a let's throw something out there. Let's see what happens in a 3rd and 20. I mean, more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, they got that PI on that long 3rd and 20 before. Maybe do something like that again. Or
I mean, I think when you're deep in your own territory like that, you know, and you really don't need to risk it. You're up 2 scores.
Villano spinning away from a tackle, cutting it up inside, still breaking tackles, still loose, and able to fall down as a flag comes in at the very end of that play. Interested to see what that call will be. But Villano here picks up the ball off the ground, spins out of 1 tackle, breaks through a few more, and ends up going down. And you see the flag come in at the end here. Wonder what that was about. Is they're going to call a face mask penalty. So that's going to be 15 more for the Storm. And the momentum, you feel that just go right back. You feel it in the crowd. You feel it in the stadium. That momentum is swinging. Storm, with a young team, really just need to capitalize off that. Just ride the wave.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of the moment. Maybe establish the run game a little bit, but let Andrew Guthrie throw the ball. He's a super talented quarterback. He can throw the ball deep. He can throw it accurate. I think it's time to let him prove himself and really get this offense swinging now that they've built up a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum.
I agree. He's got that intangibles. He's got the size. He's got the strength. He's got the throw power. And it's all those things that are very teachable, very learnable, and will come with snaps. I agree with the 1st down play call. Get 2 yards, positive yards on 1st down. Brings up a 2nd down and 8 for the Storm. As Christensen able to pick up 2 yards there. What do you say here? You say a little play action, try and get an inside slant route or something like that?
And it looks like they're going to go try and run the ball. A couple of positive yards to bring up a 3rd and short here, maybe 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Pretty solid run there from Crocker.
Yeah, and a great broken tackle here, as we'll see that again. Just able to break the 1st tackle, and that was very important. That went from a 1-yard loss to a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, really extended the play, give the Storm here the opportunity to keep the drive going on 3rd down.
As Villano in motion to the outside, they give the handoff inside. And I was going to say he's going nowhere, but he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Storm now at their own 45, 4th and 4, down
I think you gotta
14.
punt in this situation. You're
Yeah.
in your own territory.
Wilsonville
Wilsonville's been moving the ball on you. I don't think that you can put your offense out there. You know, you haven't been moving the ball super easily. It's definitely starting to move a little bit more, but
So
unfortunate end to the drive. But, you know, I think that Summit has a lot to build on, and their defense is really starting to get into the game a little bit more. Looks like a fair catch from Wilsonville.
And Storm really just very promising first drive, very getting some good looks, just not able to convert, unfortunately. And their defense now going to need to come up big again. Down 14 in the third, 5 minutes to go. Still very much in this. A lot crazier things have happened, but as we know, the Storm, a second half team, a lot of the time, the past 2 games, the reason why they're 0-2, it's been too little too late, and hopefully not the case today, as Wilsonville will set up at their own 25-yard line, up 14, had some success in the first half, but has stalled in the second half due to penalties as they'll roll their quarterback out wide, gets pressure, chucking it way deep, has a receiver.
And he's out of here. That's a touchdown for Wilsonville, and just like that, they're up 3 scores again. And I mean, they just proved how explosive their offense can be. They can really change the momentum of games so quickly.
Yeah, that I mean, Storm defense, the safeties just losing them in the backfield. And quarterback under pressure, stands in the pocket, delivers a strike, not a perfectly thrown ball, but doesn't need to be. He is wide open in the backfield. That almost looked like a punt to himself. As that extends the lead to 3 scores now, and all that momentum we talked about, all the crowd, everything is just faded right back away. The Storm offense now going to need to come up with something big to get themselves, or get the momentum back on their side and get themselves back in this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that. Oh, and there's the block kick. So that'll take a point off the board for Wilsonville. But as I was saying, I don't think that, you know, the Storm necessarily are just going to charge back into this game. Not that they can't, but I don't necessarily think they're going to charge back into this game. But it's good to see them a little more comfortable on offense, having something to build off of going into next week here versus Henley. I mean, you know, they are 0-2. They're on a 2-game losing streak. But they've had, you know, they played Highland, you know, one of the better teams in Idaho last week, and now they're facing off against Wilsonville, who's another pretty solid team. They've had a pretty tough road here so far, and I mean, I'm just liking the grit that they're showing. You know, they're still playing, they're not giving up, they're still trying, they're still making plays out there, and I think that's going to be the most important thing for this team, for this young team, to continue to build and improve with each other.
Completely agree with you there, and I'm still just torn on that momentum shift there. That was a killer. Just one play, just go out there and just chuck it deep to a wide open receiver that got, I don't know if that was a miscut, broken coverage, or just beat the safeties. But yeah, as just under 5 minutes to go here, as Wilsonville will kick the ball off. Crowd trying to get back in it and help out the Storm team, who offense, I think, right here is a do-or-die situation unless Villano can come up with another miracle. As Villano bringing it up the inside, and it's still a really good return up to the 33, 34. And Villano really setting up the Storm team with great field position, and see what this young team can do here. I mean, this is what builds programs, builds legacies. Is you're down 3 scores, third quarter. What can you do? Can you come back? Can you score a touchdown? Well, I mean, or do you fold under the pressure?
It's that Storm at start. Aaron, 32.
As I think one of the turning points in this game was when the Storm made that stop. Ari Villano with crazy out of the half touchdown, and then they got the stop on defense, got the ball back, got it to 4th and 3. I know you didn't like going for it there. I personally did, and obviously very easy to look back in hindsight as Villano dropping the ball, and they'll rule that incomplete. Pretty clear there, but yeah, I personally think going back to that, obviously easy to say in hindsight, should have gone for it on 4th down, but again, that's why I don't have a headset on down on the field. As Villano there with an uncharacteristic drop, unfortunately, on the wide receiver screen out left. As the Storm now setting up for a 2nd and 10. See what they can do here as they have 4 wide receivers out. Snap goes up. Luckily, gets it down to the check down and able to pick up 5-6 yards. Really, I mean, that shows what the future of the Storm program can be. Able to corral the snap there that went off his fingers, get it back, and then able to find his check down for the completion.
Yeah, that was a really impressive play from Guthrie, and I really like to see that from him, just quick on his toes, improvising. I think that that's what you want with a quarterback, especially within this program. I think that he's going to fit really well within, this offense in the future, in the years to come.
Ball tipped there. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Storm. And then, again, the drives are just dying out here. As now the Storm will punt.
Yeah, another unfortunate short offensive possession here for the Storm. I mean, they're yet to put up points on the board, on an offensive possession. Obviously, really impressive special teams touchdown, but they really got to get this offense rolling. I think that if they're not able to put points on the board in this game, that's maybe a bad sign going into next week. Henley's, not quite as daunting of an opponent as the Wildcats. And I think if they can get some points on the board offensively, that gives them something to build on going into next week. If they can't, that's going to be something they have to talk about at practice in the film room. They're going to need to start to really, get into the nitty-gritty. What's going wrong here? What can we improve on? What do we need to do better?
Yeah, you never want all negative going into the film room. You need something positive to build on. And I think, I mean, the special teams for the Storm has been outstanding, but nothing else. And unfortunately, they can't pull off what the Bears did and basically win off special teams. Yeah, I think really just a lot of drives stalling out. And then the Storm there needing to call a timeout, which is very unfortunate. Now only 2 left. If they're trying to mount a comeback, it will be a lot harder for them as with only 2 timeouts. It's Villano back to punt. Handles the snap, and gets a good kick on it, and that's going way back as forces Wilsonville to fair catch it. Villano really just an all-around player. Special teams, wide receiver, everything. He's all over the field. Yeah, I think so far seniors really shining bright for the Storm, but just that there hasn't been that the underclassmen haven't been stepping up as much recently, which, I mean, there's a big difference between a sophomore and a senior.
Here's Wilsonville back on offense. It's been a great night. We'll see what they do here. Running up the middle. Man, they've been getting so many yards on just such simple plays, and it's really allowed them to open up their playbook and do, what we saw them do last time out on offense with those really impressive, explosive plays. Those are the plays that get the cheers from the crowd. Those are the plays that end up on ESPN Top 10, but the really important plays are the ones down in the trenches, your run for 4 yards, your check down pass for 3 yards. Those are the plays that open up the rest of the field in order to make those explosive plays that win games.
Yeah, and just the Storm not winning the battle in the trenches so far. So we see another run, cuts it to the left, and able to pick up that first down. Yeah, just another example of that. Well, that was more outside to the left, but the Storm just haven't been able to win the battle in the trenches or contain the edge, which I think has been a massive thing. With a quarterback like this, you got to contain the edge, keep him in the pocket, and Storm haven't been able to do that. When they have been able to do that, they've had some positive plays. They've had sacks. They've had wayward passes, incomplete. They obviously very easy for me to say up here, but need to do more of that, keeping them in the pocket.
Yeah, I think, that problem with edge containment has been the defense's biggest problem. Those deep passes, those broken coverages, those are going to happen with a team this young. But what's really been the problem is they're getting in the backfield, they're getting pressure on the quarterback, but he's able to be so slippery back there because he has so much space to run. And there's another first down from the Wildcats offense on the pass game.
An impressive tackle here for the Storm, but again, they're still able to pick up the first down. And Storm have done a lot better job at tackling in this second half, but don't want to see too little too late. But the defense and offense are both going to need to really step it up for the rest of this game and build on something positive. You never want your only score to be on a second half kickoff.
I mean, that is an exciting play, though. And there's a deep pass under pressure, and it's completed with ease to Nick Crowley.
As he makes his way down to about the 10-yard line. So take another look at this. Again, just finding the gap in the zone there. Storm rushing 4, Neveroff getting pressure. Needs to stop a little bit to keep him there. And
We're back. Sorry, a couple of unfortunate technical difficulties there, but what you missed was an intercepted pass, and the Storm are back on offense just like that. Super impressive defensive effort down in the red zone, and I mean, defense gets a little bit easier once the field gets a little bit shorter, and Summit able to force a mistake, and here they go. Here's the screen, and he's able to fall forward, catch about 3, maybe 4 yards there. Going into second down. You know, we've been saying it pretty much every drive, but this is an important drive for the Storm. I know you're tired of hearing it, but a score here, even a field goal, just gives them something to look forward to keep building off of for the rest of the game and the rest of the season. You know, that was a huge momentum swing, that interception that you missed. And if they're able to capitalize on it on offense, that's going to be really big for them going into the fourth quarter.
2 positive plays on first down. That will bring up about 3rd and call that just under 5. Probably about 4 there. Yep, they'll call that 3rd and 4. As the Storm really going to need to capitalize off this. I mean, as we'll get a timeout on the field. But yeah, the Storm really going to need to capitalize off that turnover. And, takes us to the end of the third quarter here. As the Wildcats up 27 to the Storm 7. Storm going to need to really take advantage of the turnover here. 3rd and 4, really going to need to convert that, as we'll catch you on the other end of the quarter. As the Storm coming out on a 3rd and 4, throwing it, has him open downfield. Oh!
Barely overthrown. That would have been such a huge play for the Storm there on 3rd down. That's going to bring up 4th and 4, but deep in your own territory. I mean, I think you got to punt it when you're this far in your own territory, but I mean, maybe at this point, what do you have to lose? But they are going to bring the punt team out. They got a whole quarter of football left to play. You know, they're not completely out of the game. Obviously, an uphill battle. They'll punt the ball away. Hopefully a stop for the Storm, and they can start to crawl back into this game. But, you know, time is starting to become an issue.
I think this is the Storm calling off the Dogs here, as just kind of playing for something in the film room, playing for momentum, playing for something to build on going into next week. I mean, we're in the 4th quarter now, just starting it. 11:46 on the clock, and I just think really they're just trying to build towards something here. As Wilsonville running it to the outside, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. As the Storm D linemen were able to track him down on that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, there's the edge containment the Storm have been looking for all game. Solid defensive effort to bring up 3rd down, but it seems like 3rd down has been where Wilsonville has been shining so far this game. I mean, you bring up 3rd down, it's almost like a 1st down for them. They just all of a sudden snap into this certain attitude on offense, and we'll see if they can do it again here. Assume they go to the air here. Sorry, 2nd down, I said 3rd. And they do go to the air. Extending the play. He's going to take it past the line of scrimmage. Looking for the 1st down. He gets it and runs out of bounds a couple yards past the 1st down. Another impressive run from Whippert. He's been so solid so far this game.
First down, number 9, Alex Wilsonville pushes him out.
And 1st down for the Wildcats is looks like a 2-yard gain maybe on the run up the middle. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another solid effort from the defense.
Storm doing really well on 1st down so far. Just it's all the other downs that are killing them. That 2nd down, that 3rd down, and that 4th down.
Yeah, if someone can, play with the strategy and the excitement that they play with on 1st down, on 3rd down, I think that would be a huge game changer for them on defense. Whippert drops back to pass, yet again extending the play, throws the ball and it's complete, and that's a 1st down, and that will put Wilsonville into the red zone. Just another incredible play from Whippert. He just extends plays with such awareness in the backfield and is still able to complete pretty impressive passes. What do you think, Pierce?
Yeah, he's looking very comfortable. He's able to stand in the pocket, deliver, able to get out of the pocket and deliver on his run. I mean, there hasn't been a lacking part of his game that we've seen so far. I mean, Storm have not been able to contain edge at all on him, and I don't know if that's a fault of the Storm or more so just Wilsonville outplaying them. As getting under 10 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Yeah, definitely that punt from earlier was the Storm calling off the Dogs. Wilsonville will hand it off to the running back up the middle. There will be a flag down as
Whippert looks frustrated in the backfield.
Yeah.
I'd assume he saw that flag. I'm guessing it's on Wilsonville, but looked like a touchdown off the sweep.
As it will get called back against Wilsonville. Normally, though, I mean, if you see that flag thrown anywhere near a blocker it's going to be something against the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy as a fan to get frustrated with those holding calls, but you got to realize how tough that is, especially with a defense like Summit has. You got Neveroff on the D-line, who's just been wreaking havoc in the backfield all game. He's been causing Whippert to get real uncomfortable in the backfield. He's still been making plays, but
in some confusion on the field, they called the penalty, and then you saw the official just wave it off. So the ball will be placed at the Storm 2-yard line for Wilsonville. Really interesting turn of events there.
First and goal on the 2-yard line.
And looks like, Wilsonville's going to set up on offense, and the refs called the play dead again. Might have been a timeout. There's a lot of confusion right now. A little bit hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, called a timeout on the field there. So we'll catch you on the other end of it. As Wilsonville looking to punch it in.
And they're going to run it up the middle. And easy cheese, that's another touchdown for the Wildcats.
And the Storm just unable to really do anything.
That was a stroll in the park into the end zone for Wilsonville. And, I mean, that's pretty much been the story of the night so far.
As Wilsonville just run it up the middle, winning the battle in the trenches, and push the lead to 33-7. Wow. I mean, Storm were definitely not favorites coming into this game, but I think 33-7 with the 7 points coming on a granted spectacular Ari Villano kickoff return, but no offensive production so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm a Summit fan, I'm definitely disappointed in this performance, but I also think Summit, they've had some stuff to build off of. It hasn't been all bad. The scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect how they're playing. I think it's more so just Wilsonville is really good and they're playing really good, and the scoreboard definitely reflects that.
I think Storm really they need to build off these losses, and I feel like it will be about the mindset in the film room. It will be about the mindset this next week going into their next game, which will be at home. So really just about their mindset going into the next week and really building off that. And, just look in the film room and obviously want to be hard on yourself, but not something where it's going to live in your mind. You kind of still want that goldfish memory, be able to forget it, move on to the next play, or next week in this case. Wilsonville will kick it to Storm's most prolific player so far, Ari Villano. See if he can make magic happen for a second time here.
Yeah, let's get another kick return. Let's see what the Storm can do.
As Villano catching the ball, moving it up the field, 20, 25, 30, across the 35, probably spot that at the 34. Again, Villano really, the special teams unit in general, good blocking, putting them in good field position every time. I mean, I'll take a drive every single time at the in between 30 and up, which they've been getting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, instead of sending the offensive unit out, they should just have Wilsonville kick a kickoff every single play, get a couple more points on the
Yeah.
board. But in all seriousness, I think that the Summit offense, they have a lot of potential, and Guthrie has shown it. He's been making some shifty plays, some crafty plays, and I think that he can continue to do that further into the season. Maybe just in a bit more of a comfortable environment.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it really just needs to. It comes down to him making the right play, the comfortable play. So we see an incomplete pass there from him.
And here's Guthrie dropping back the pass, and it looks like it's complete. And there's a flag on the play. See what the call is here. Pretty impressive catch. I mean, he got hit pretty hard. Still was able to hang on to the ball.
Really impressive catch. As we'll take another look at that. Guthrie stepping back in the pocket. Good pocket presence. Delivers the ball. And a good catch with the appeared to be horse collar penalty or some type of flag after the play that would will advance the Storm 10 more yards there. And good promising drive. Again, something to build on in the film room, something to build on going into next week. He's getting pressure on the outside. Guthrie standing in the pocket, delivers into double coverage and out of bounds there.
I mean, I think he's almost lucky that went out of bounds. That could have been really bad. Again, he's shown that he has the arm to make these passes. I think that he just needs to be, a little more careful and just make, slightly better decisions in the pocket, and he can really start to get those really explosive plays for the Storm offense.
Yes. I definitely don't mind the shot, but not into double coverage there. And again, young quarterback, just get the reps in, and that will come with time. He showed the arm strength. He showed the intangibles as that ball goes over the head of Villano there. And again, just needing to calm down, dial in those passes a bit, and that will definitely come with time, and hopefully for the Storm's sake, that comes closer to the end of the year. Obviously, starting out 0-3 is not the way you wanted, but you go in, and if we can beat the IMC, especially really tough Mountain View team that's kind of struggled with injuries throughout the start of the year, if we can go in and win that game, I think, and win the IMC, that really puts us in a good position. As Guthrie overthrows a screen pass, but a lot of pressure inside. Give credit there to the Wilsonville D-line. So that will set up a 4th and 10, and really no choice here but to go for this. Kind of the exact same position Wilsonville was in earlier, at the very start of the game, that 4th and 10 that they didn't capitalize on.
Yeah, let's see what the Storm got here. Guthrie drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Ball's in the air. And it's caught on the sideline. That's a first down for the Storm.
Wow, and we've talked about the intangibles. I mean, you could not have walked down the field and placed that ball any better. Steps back in the pocket, in between the safety and the cornerback. Great catch, and wow.
And there's that flash that we've been looking for from Guthrie. He is showing what he can do at quarterback. If he can do that consistently, if he can take his time in the pocket and really just see the play how he just saw that one, the Storm could have a really, really good time this season on offense.
Yeah, I mean, that was... So we run the ball and get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard there. But again, yeah, going off your point there, Finn, I mean, if that's what the future of the Storm football looks like, a very bright future, just need to dial it in to become more consistent. I mean, it reminds me of a lot of young college quarterbacks out there right now. Like a lot of true freshmen that are maybe getting playing time at a program that hasn't been good recently, and Reminds me of a lot of quarterbacks out there, specifically Aiden Childs, Michigan State, goes into his first away game at Maryland, throws 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, looks promising. He reminds me a lot of him.
I mean, yeah, and even, for those Duck fans out there, this might ring a little true to Dylan Gabriel, obviously an experienced quarterback, but he's in a new system, and that's kind of what you're seeing with Guthrie. He's just a sophomore. He hasn't played at Summit for long, but he still has that raw talent to really be an effective quarterback as the run is stopped yet again, and that's going to bring up third down for the Storm.
So we'll bring up 4th down there for the Storm on their own 5-yard line. Storm really need to capitalize off this. I think my pick, I really like number 18, Kai Scally out there, one-on-one coverage. Give him a chance on 4th down, or Villano. As Guthrie's looking that way, decides to keep it, cuts inside, and gets nailed.
He's hit hard.
A very nice tackle.
Luckily quick to get up.
Yeah.
Think he's okay, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Some good sportsmanship showing there from Wilsonville defense, celebrating, but also then helping him up and making sure he's good.
Yeah. Either way, exciting play, exciting drive, for the Storm. Obviously didn't get any points out of it, but a bit more of a productive drive. That offense gets really tough once you're in the red zone, especially with a super athletic defense like Wilsonville has. But I'm pretty happy if I'm Summit, especially after that play that drive, and just gives you something to build off of going into next week.
Yeah, I completely agree. There are a lot of positives on that, as you imagine Wilsonville will kind of just run the ball out here, and no reason not to for them. I mean, they've been able to pick their way with this Storm defense, other than the interception and a few sacks they've had. And I think we've talked a lot about of what Summit can improve on and what Summit this, Summit that. I also think we need to give a lot of credit to Wilsonville, man. They came in over the pass, and game started out a little smoky, but ended up clearing it up pretty nicely, and really just came in very professional, got what they need to get done, won in the trenches. Their offense got everything they wanted to do. So I think really I think Summit obviously really not playing their best, but give credit to Wilsonville here with an amazing performance so far this game, as this will bring up 3rd and just less than 1, as you imagine they'll hand it off again and up the inside or do quarterback option outside. As the Storm getting a substitution here. We'll hold up play for a little bit for the 3rd and 1 for Wilsonville. As Storm showing blitz, and they do blitz, run up the middle, and he gets stuffed.
Yeah, super impressive play there for the Storm defense.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they need to do earlier. They show middle linebacker comes up, shows blitz, does blitz, and really able to impact the play there and push his blocker back, forcing 4th down. And I don't imagine Wilsonville will be as aggressive with their 4th down so far, up 34-7.
Especially this far into their own territory.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see a punt here. Ari Villano, the star of the night for the Storm, in the backfield to receive this punt.
Yeah, see what Villano can do here, as punt is high. See if he'll need to fair catch it. Decides to let it bounce, and it rolls up to about the Storm 44, 43, call it. And Storm, really something to build on the film room. Been saying that constantly, sick of me saying it, but just need to put together some drives and really every player out there, they'll go out there. If they make a mistake, they'll know what they did wrong. They'll be able to do that. And I think really just kind of building confidence. We have a very talented team out there, and just needing to build that confidence. You need to do, you say that about college players, you say that about NFL players. It's even more so true with high school players. Build that confidence and get things going. Is start out with a quick pass and little wayward there for Villano, but I really like the play call, that quick pass. What do you think about it, Finn?
I really like that play call, and again, sick of us saying it, but something to build off of. in the film room. That's a play that you can look back on and be like, okay, that worked. We just need to fix this and tidy this up. I think despite the loss, despite the deficit, if I'm someone, I'm kind of excited about this game. They've shown a lot of flashes of really good football, dropping back to pass, and here's a deep ball, and it's just a little bit off, incomplete pass that'll bring up third down for the Storm.
I really like opening the playbook right now. Just let them air the ball out.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
It's the end of the game. You're out of the game at this point, so just go see what you can do, especially against a really talented Wilsonville defense.
Yeah.
The old saying goes, if you run track and you want to get faster, run with people who are a lot faster than you. This is the perfect opportunity for the Storm to do that. This defense has been giving them the work all night, and there's Guthrie breaking open, but he's sacked in the backfield anyways. I mean, good job extending the play. I think that it's important as a quarterback to kind of know, when to throw the ball away, when to extend the play. He did a good job extending the play, and he did get sacked. I mean, that's a tough position for him either way, though. Easy for me to say from up here.
Yeah, very easy for us to be very critical of what's going on the field. But again, we're not out there. We're sitting up here at a cozy box. So, yeah. As the Storm now going for it on a 4th and 16. See what they can do here. Playbook's wide open. So they run a screen and get shoved to the ground.
I think that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
It's ruled an incomplete pass, so that'll be a turnover on downs. I think you kind of just got to go for it there, like we said. And
no reason.
The play blew up. The O-line kind of fell apart there pretty quickly, but either way, just keep going for it. Keep seeing what you can do out on offense, and this Storm defense will come back out, see how they can handle the Wildcats here late in the 4th.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Pretty good position for the Wildcats. See if they can put a few more points on the board.
You imagine maybe they throw it on first down here, but you imagine it's 3 run plays, and if they get the first down, continue to run the ball. And yeah, as I say, that run up the middle, and a good inside tackle there by the Storm D-line. They only pick up 1, will be 2nd, 9, call it 10. As we're just getting under 3 minutes left in the game here. Wilsonville pretty soundly in the bag here. I think really just outplaying the Storm in every facet of the game. I think other than special teams, I'll give the Storm that one. But it's a little screen pass outside. Wide receiver's able to hold this block. Into the secondary comes in. Was that Hoban on the tackle there? Able to force a 3rd and call it 5. As 3rd and 5, and imagine you'll see more of the screen game, the quick pass, the run plays from Wilsonville here. As the clock now is reaching just about 2, as quarterback stepping up, and Storm are they able to stop him, or they say on the line? They say he got the first down there.
Yeah, good stop by the defense. Obviously got the first down either way, but sound tackling. I mean, wow, the Wildcats QB Mark Whippert's just been causing a ruckus for the Storm defense tonight. He's been great passing the ball, but I'd argue he's been even better just keeping the ball on the ground, running with it. He's so hard to tackle.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, but I mean, he's shown the full suite of a modern quarterback's abilities to be able to get out of the pocket, be able to make that pass. I mean, and also be able to tuck it and run it and absorb those hits.
Emerson Traub out there at quarterback right now for the Wildcats. Obviously, maybe not going to put your star quarterback out there this late in the game, but 2nd down for the Wildcats. See if they can get a first down here to probably end out the game with just under a minute left. And QB will keep it, and he's tackled in the backfield. Good job just kind of taking that hit there. And, one more run, maybe 2 more runs, honestly. Just let that clock run down. Wildcats got this game in the bag. If I'm a Wilsonville fan, I'm really, really happy with the way this game went. Came into a hostile environment against a talented Summit team, an athletic Summit team. And, I mean, they just got it done. And it's the best play in football, victory formation, and that's going to do it. Wilsonville 34, Summit 7. Absolutely dominant performance from the Wildcats. Pierce?
Yeah, I think just an absolutely dominant performance, like you said there, Finn. The Wildcats just completely overpowering the Storm and really able to just come into Central Oregon, get the win, and that's going to be a fun bus ride back for them. As that'll do it for our coverage of the game. I'm Pierce Gordon. With me was Finley Gober. On the camera was Lynn. We thank everyone for watching, and have a good night.